Hello and welcome to the Apex Racing TV esports studio and our coverage of round 3 of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy. It was a fantastic round last time out at Suzuka in the wet, and after a fantastic battle for the race win, we head now to the third round of the season and the Road Atlanta circuit for our first B format event of the season. That means 2 races and a reverse grid as well. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson, and we'll be bringing you all the coverage for this round of the season. And so far, it's been a very competitive season, and of course last time out at Suzuka, a little bit of a random element, I guess, with the rain. It really seemed to mix up the order a lot.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours in qualifying. It mixes up the qualifying, which we love because it creates good racing. I'm looking forward to this track. But yeah, last race was really exciting, very challenging for all the drivers, no matter the skill level. We saw up and down struggles. Here, arguably one of the best tracks in iRacing. A massive field. I think we've got 53 plus cars out there. Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be a tough season.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a look at the tracks that we've got in store for this season. And of course, we're moving on to round 3 tonight. We've got 8 in total. That'll be taking us all the way into April. And in terms of the weather for this round, there is no risk of any wet weather. It is 0% chance of rain. It's quite cool. It's very nice conditions for the drivers, so no elements that we need to worry about on that front. And in terms of the format, like we said before, it is the 2 race format. How do you think that will mix when it comes to Road Atlanta? I mean, it means that we have twice the risk of some lap 1 instance, obviously, and it also means that our front runners are going to have to make their way back through the order in that race too.
Yeah, I mean, race 1, it just turned into a full-on sprint. They're not going to be too worried about tyres, not going to be worried about fuel, so it creates some really good racing. Race 2, it's tough, right? Reverse grid. We'll see. It just depends on the level of quality in around that 10th position, because they're going to have a lot of pressure from. This is a tight, twisty track, especially lap 1. The overtaking position comes quite late into the lap. It's going to be great if you're a broadcaster.
Yes, it should be very entertaining for us. Let's have a look at the previous race, which was also very entertaining for us. This was a very easy race highlights compilation to build. And of course, we had an amateur driver, I think it was Messina, taking pole. As you said before, it really mixed up the order in qualifying, and we had an AM lead for 3 corners.
Yeah, because that's one thing not talked about, because in the officials, when it rains equally for everyone in qualifying. But in our open format, the track was dry enough for the amateurs to put in a good lap time, and by the time the pros got out there, it was soaking wet. So yeah, I mean, ARL absolutely nailed the qualifying format.
Absolutely. It didn't take long for Mishka to take the lead. Of course, it was a disappointing round for Corrington Lazine. Won back at Daytona, but this was one of his several issues. I think he qualified down in 50th place or something. Managed to get himself up a few places. That spin certainly did not help him. He ended up outside the top 10. This was some good reactions from Tom Euler, pretty good reactions from Utortus, but then Euler having to dart right to avoid any contact.
I just couldn't believe, as we see the spin there, our AM leader was one of the drivers who attempted the dry tyre.
Yes.
Unbelievable. But the opportunity he was afforded, and yeah, he went full risk.
Yeah, here was the wets or dries situation. We had split strategy. It was Ram Sawyer, who was leading. He pitted for dries as well, and that meant, because he was so slow on his first lap, it meant that Telman was able to take the lead. Mishka just behind him, and from that point onwards it was a 1v1 between them, and they did make contact, they did come to blows. But Telman stayed ahead on here, and he somehow stayed ahead for 20 minutes. Mishka just could not get past.
Yeah, I mean, Telman defended aggressively, but within the rules of racing. To get past him, you was going to have to risk your entire race, and that's what Mishka tried once, and, well, it nearly cost him his race. It was a good battle between the two of them, but yeah, Telman deserved it in the end. But yeah, as we saw from the Ram Sawyer, it just didn't work. Maybe 2 more laps and the strat would have paid off, but I think the risk as well, because he spun.
He spun it once, but that was impressive.
That's a lot,
only
though.
Spun once.
Spinning in a race is a lot.
Yeah. It lost him 10 seconds or so.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot.
He was coming back at them 5-6 seconds a lap near the end. He got the gap down from half a minute to quarter of a minute, but yeah, it was not enough in the end. So that means that our championship standings going into this round in the pros means that with a 3rd place in round 1 and a 1st place in round 2, Lucas Tellman leads the way. And yeah, Viella and his teammate, the Valkyrie Esports guys, after dominating round 1, lost heavy points. They've got a bit of catching up to do now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all going to be very familiar with this track. Nobody doesn't know this track unless you was into a different game.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
In the Pro-Ams, we have Petrosan, who was really quick in the wet last time out. And he is quite far clear of David Mola, Alexei Bari in 3rd place. The AMs have been weird. No one's had 2 good rounds in the AMs. Somehow, Vincenzo Occhipinti is leading the way, but he had an awful round 1. I don't think he even reached the end of the race in round 1, and yet here we are after round 2. He's leading the way because just everyone's had 1 bad result and 1 good result in the AMs. So really all to play for there. Lots of drivers with a chance. And in the Teams Championship, we've also got Impulse Racing by Tam Livery leading the way, ahead of Valkyrie, who after round 1 are the big favourites. I think they remain big favourites. Delatraz in 3rd place, and even Absolute pretty close in 4th.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. Be interesting to see. All teams we know can win it. I think Delatraz is just the one driver, so that's going to be tough for them, him. But yeah, all to play for on the teams as well.
Yeah, will be good. And a reminder that we've got the Race Data AI Apex Racing League Prototype Championship starting on Monday. That is GTP and LMP2 cars competing in that. A few of the drivers actually from this series are taking part in that series. So that's every Monday night. It's 10 rounds. And there is a lot of prize money, £1,000 of prize money up for grabs, £250 for each of the Pro and AM champions in the GTP and LMP2 classes. And so if you fancy giving that a go, do check out apexracingleague.com in order to get yourself signed up. Should be a really good championship. Previous seasons have been fantastic. It's the 9th season. And of course, big thanks to racedata.ai for sponsoring the championship as well. But let's have a look at this track then. Road Atlanta, we've got a few extra moments as well from past races that we can have a look at as well.
Yeah, I mean, what a track. And turn 1's a full committal corner. You need to know the corner well and how it cambers. And yeah, it can be interesting on cold tyres. Oh, we got some, these radicals.
Yeah, nice move there from Gonzaga. Being able to get ahead of a couple of his rivals there.
Yeah, then you've got the blind sweeper. This is just about knowledge and experience and how many laps you've done here, because in the end, we stop trying to look and we just go on feel. Downhill S's, I mean, it's always going well until it isn't in the downhill S's. Anything that can upset the car will upset it very badly. 6 and 7. 6 is an absolute throw. 7's all about hooking up for the very, very long straight. Obviously, it's a very important corner because this run is the biggest overtaking opportunity.
Yeah, more radicals action. I think they visit this circuit a lot, and it's usually good racing in those cars. This was Aaron Barber having to go the long way round and just about making it stick. Outside line can work very well there. And then also, of course, you've got the run to line as well. It's the exit from 10B into 11, and a little bit of spec racer forward action with 3 wide across the line on the final lap. It was Crab who won out on this day by just 1/4 or a 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, fantastic track. And the elevation change, I've been here real life for Petit Le Mans. It's mind-boggling how much elevation is at this track.
Yeah, really something that we don't grasp whatsoever on the on the sim. But let's have a look at our picks then. You did pretty well last time out, and so I've got a little bit of catching up to do. My picks for this round, I've gone for our round 1 winner, Corentin Lazine, to win in the pros. I think in the wet he just wasn't in his element, but I think the dry, he is looking very, very good. Frederick Kokok has been really strong this season. I think he's got a pole position already and one of the front runners in the Pro-Ams. And then Simon Andre Livingston, a driver that both of us really picked as one of the favourites for the Amateur Championship. And I think it hasn't been a great season for him so far. I see no reason why he cannot be fighting for the race win.
Yeah, 100%. Very strong driver.
Who have you decided to go for this?
Yeah, so I was a little bit misled by one of the picks.
I don't think you were misled. I think you could have done your research.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, Andre Viella, very, very strong driver. It's a good track here. I think I've even raced him here in the past. It's a very strong driver. Mark Hutchinson, unfortunately, isn't racing today, but Sam withheld the knowledge till very late, so I couldn't change it.
Yeah.
Manipulate. I'm still going to win this. And the AM, very difficult to call. I just fancy Russ Fowler for this one. Let's see.
Yeah.
But the AMs are hot and cold, but it's still early in the season, so they've got plenty of time to prove themselves. But yeah, those are my picks.
Yeah, Fowler's been pretty good this season. He's up in 4th place in the championship, finished on the podium back at Daytona, so could certainly be a chance for him. So we will go to an advert now, but when we return, we'll be covering the qualifying for this round 3 of the season.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to Road Atlanta. We are currently in amateur qualifying, just coming to the end of amateur qualifying at the moment for this round of the season. And yeah, of course, just a reminder that we've got the 2 races tonight. We've got the race 1, which is 30 minutes long, grid set by the qualifying order. But then for race 2, we have a 25 minutes race. A 30-minute race, and that will be the top 10 inverted from the race 1 results. Currently at the top of the standings, Eduardo Fava, a rookie to the series, and he's currently leading the way.
Yep, what a track. We've got a nice mix of cars at the front in the AMs at the moment. Ferrari, Acura, Porsche, McLaren.
A few drivers switching away from the McLaren for this round of the season. I think they might all be from the same team. I'll be able to confirm that in a second, but not the favoured car. I'm picking the Ferrari and the Acura instead with those drivers. Fava crosses the line again. Still got 1 or even 2 more attempts that he can pick.
Yeah, in my testing, I really enjoyed the Acura around here. It was pretty sublime, actually. The amount of downforce you get in one, even with lower wing, is astounding. The McLaren was okay. It's so strong on so many tracks. It's still a great choice. And I'm not sure. I don't know. The Ferrari always goes strong here. This is the Ferrari's track. It's just that the Acura, I think, has taken its throne.
Occhipinti improving to 3rd. Livingston also getting very close to Fava. Rinka getting very close to the grass, and I think getting onto the grass as well. So he should have time to get round and start 1 more lap. But only just. It'll be close.
Have you driven the Acura yet?
No, I don't think I own it. I don't think I own half the GT3s. In my mind, my ability is very much, my pace is very much limited by my ability, not by the GT3 that I'm driving. Like, the GT3 I'm driving could get me a 10th, but by being a talented driver, I could get half a second.
Okay, understood. We've got a Russ Fowler fan in chat. That is my pick for the AMs today.
Yeah, 2 cents off pole. It is very close.
It is.
Rinka just about gets across the line. I think that was a 1x on his lap because he went wide at the S's. But yeah, still 5 seconds to go, so he can complete this lap. Everyone else will, this will be their last attempt. And here is Russ Fowler. What is this lap looking like for him? Not especially good, but he's in the ballpark, maybe. It was a little bit slower, 3/10 slower.
Shame. So Francisco Massini, let's see. He was our pole sitter last week, right?
He was, yeah. overall, we're not talking about Am here, we're talking overall pole sitter. Francesco Mazzini. Him and his teammate, I think, were 1-2 on the grid. Is he out of fuel?
The sound, yeah. I think so. I don't know, it sounded a bit weird, right? I was hearing reverberations.
But he was only half a second off. I mean, like, that could have been pole, right? I mean, you seem to be coughing and spluttering about 100 meters away from the finish. I mean, you would have crushed the field if it weren't for that, surely.
Yeah, it sounds a bit.
Yeah, what was his? So I can look at his last sector. No, to be fair, his last sector wasn't bad.
Yeah, I don't think it was fuel.
Oh no, actually no. I compare it to Livingston and Ochapinti. He lost 7 tenths, 6 tenths in the last sector. So no, I think that did cost him the pole. He would have probably been on pole by about a tenth, I think, if it weren't for that. Instead, he's down in 8th, and there'll probably be pro-ams as well who get in amongst him and Father.
Simon Livingston asking, has a pit stop mandatory? As far as my knowledge has it, they're never mandatory.
They're a bit concerning that Simon, who, by the way, is a driver in this series, is asking that.
But am I right? You'd never mandate a pit stop?
Never.
Even if it's a 6 hour?
No. Well, there's no mechanism in iRacing, apart from if you need to change tyres. But, yeah, that's... So yeah, you never have to pit.
And what's the fuel limit to?
There's no fuel limit for these races.
What, 100% fuel? They have to do it themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It should pretty much be official series fuel. What's the official series? Is it half tank?
Yeah, 50%.
Okay, so you want a little bit more than officials.
This is what cost me my last ARL.
Sure.
I literally had a Q, R1, R2 all saved, and I had R1 loaded for race 2. So stupid. There was only 5 minutes difference.
Yeah. I mean,
it cost me the entire race.
Yeah. So here comes the first times from the Pro-Ams, and immediately David Moeller, who is one of the favourites in the Pro-Ams tonight, goes to the top, but he is slower than Robin Meyer. Flying to the top there is Robin.
Yeah, tight times though from the 4 of them. 17.9, 17.9, 18 flat, and then Robin West 18.2. Some tyre warming.
Yeah, what's the strat when it comes to tyre warming? I mean, you know these cars much better than me. I mean,
it's classified, Sam.
Sure. Approximately when are they at their best? Is it your first flying lap, or is it getting faster over time?
If you just did at Road Atlanta, it's quite a short lap. If you just did no tyre warming at all, the problem you're going to have is it's not really there for T1. And then at the end of lap 2, they're probably a little bit at the end of their life. So you want to try to dial in the window to have great grip for T1. And then, yeah, you only get one good lap in iRacing.
Sure.
So, yeah, the tyre warming is a short outlap. That's more the point here. It's a very short outlap.
I mean, as a professional Porsche esports Carrera Cup GB driver, I'm very much just of the 9.
There was an am in there somewhere, that sentence you just said.
Well, I finished on the podium. I got better results than Luke McCone.
You did?
I did, yeah. I mean, he was further down. I got a 3rd and 4th, so...
Yep.
One of the highest scoring drivers across the round.
Correct.
Kokok is now at the top. My pick. He was very quick in practice, was Kokok. He was, I think, 10th place overall, so he is looking good in his Lamborghini.
Alan pointing out that if you know how to use your tyres properly, unlike David, lap 2 is fine.
Sure. Would you say you're an aggressive driver when it comes to using tyres? Do you think you use tyres more than others? Or?
No. I'm very good on tyres.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not good enough to push them to their limit. It's really the problem. No, yeah, I always focus on entry control, and my throttle application isn't the best, but iRacing punishes you more for sliding than it does just bad traction.
Zetchi goes 10th on his first lap in his McLaren. Kokok, he's going for a 2nd lap here. Let's see if he can improve. No, there was no personal best sectors on that lap, so it was pointless to continue. At least the drivers won't have to manage that pit lane entry. Every time we've done a broadcast at this circuit, someone crashes on pit lane entry, and it usually makes the Apex Racing TV monthly highlights.
It is hard. It's not hard. It's easy to get wrong, especially if you haven't been down it in a couple of months. If you carry a few kph, it's hard to take it off before you realise. Like, you can see the problem, but you have to do so much input steering left that it's difficult to take off the required speed, and you end up just clipping a wall.
Yeah.
If there's a fast repair available, though, obviously you could just straight line it, use the wall to slow and turn you, and then fast repair it.
Yeah, not get a pit lane speed.
No, you have to hit the wall at the right angle for it to really reduce your speed.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, you have to practice it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to take it seriously.
And you have to hope that your car comes out of it enough that you can turn right to get into your pit box. If you're stuck against the wall, then you're in trouble.
Arsene Petrosian, he is currently the championship leader in the Pro-Ams. And I think he's maybe got some more potential. Schutler moves up to 4th. Petrosian now starting another lap. And I do say this a lot, but it is genuinely very, very close.
It really is, and we're seeing that leap of Pro-Am over Am here with only Eduardo Fava and Simon Livingston, 8 and 9, and 3 Ams behind them. So top 13, only 3 Ams. Well, we're going to see that generational leap again in Pro, because we're going to see 17 2s. I'm going to say, I know it sounds a lot. I do see the track temps a little high. It's actually climbing. The poor pros, you do not make it easy for them, do you? Yeah, just hit 30 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to get warmer as the event goes on. It's currently 12:30 in the afternoon. So Mola now just 18 thousandths off pole. Maya moves up to now 6th. Ash moves up to 4th.
Yeah, I mean, the top 3, there is
a gulf there. It's close everywhere else, but there is a gulf there. Mads asking in chat, is Lambo quicker than Audi R8s when it comes to handling?
Fundamentally, they're the same car, just Lamborghini has a different suspension and different steering rack. But I think, yeah, fundamentally the same car.
Thank you for everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Very much appreciate your attendance. And do let us know any questions you have or any thoughts or any support you are directing to the drivers. Also, let us know if you were watching the Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup on Tuesday. It was another very entertaining race. Always get a lot of viewers for that as well. Vist moves up to 4th now. That gap between the top 3 and everyone else being bridged slightly. Maya's not on a particularly good lap here. There's no personal bests, so I don't think this will be enough. And it was not enough. It wasn't a bad lap, only a 10th slower than his best lap, but it's not there. Maya moves up to 5th now. Anyone else on a really strong lap as it seems? Nothing really jumping out. Kokok on an improvement at the moment. Decent first sector, very strong second sector for him. We're watching Setanavov in 25th place overall. He's on 2 personal best sectors. This should promote him a few places. And it does.
Yep,
Moves up to 13th.
So qualifying looking very good for Fava and Livingston. They've created a big gap to the other AMs. That's their mission as an AM driver. That's qualifying's very important with 3 classes.
And yeah, you think of Messina as well. If Messina had gained those 6 tenths that we think he lost in that last lap, he would have probably been up in. Well, he would have been up in 8th, 9th. Yeah, maybe even as high as 6th. Yeah, he would have been right up there, top 10. Instead, he's not even on the leaderboard. He's 26th.
Surprised I'm new to iRacing, thought the R8 was quicker of the 2. Absolute telling Frederick to push. No, I mean under the chassis, they're the same car.
Oberstein up to 9th place. We're getting to the closing stages. These are the last laps this driver can push. Mola just about had time to put in another lap, but it was not an improvement. Again, not far off his best lap by any means. It was only half a tenth slower than his best lap. So these top guys very consistent, but they're struggling to eke out these extra hundredths of a second. Ash is one of the few remaining drivers He has a shot at improving. He's actually set 2 personal best sectors. This could well be good enough for the second row of the grid. Provisionally. Does it get him there? It does.
Very close. 1/10 off pole.
Koko's not improving on this lap.
No, I think he's too close. Yeah, he's going to practice a pit. Yeah, I think he just got too close to Aletsky there.
Yeah, and Barry didn't improve either himself. So,
Pro time.
yeah. Where do you think Koko will end up in qualifying?
Well, this track temp might be throwing me off, but I see the pros doing 2s, 4s, so yeah. But obviously it's affecting, so I'm not sure. I think my PB was a 17.2, but as I say, track temp and humidity plays a factor. Let's see.
So far this season, our pole sitters in the pros have been Andre Filipe Viella back at Daytona, and then last time out we had the pole position for, I'm having to scroll here, Alexis Veal. He's 18th in the championship.
Boris in chat pointing out a really cool fact that will be highlighted. P6 all the way to 10th. So what, 5 cars are Cold Ice esports. Absolute domination. And they're P2 at the moment as well.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, 5 in a row.
Yeah. Yellow, red, green, blue, red, purple, wow.
And they are the team that 3 of their drivers switched away from the McLaren. They had enough of the McLaren. But yeah, great to see Cold Ice involved.
Should we persuade them to change away from colours?
Yeah, yeah.
I think exotic fruit.
Exotic fruit, yeah.
Grapefruit.
Yeah, mango.
Yeah.
Cold Ice Esports mango.
Perfect.
Or maybe the best drinks that you'd have ice in. Or maybe the best, maybe one called Igloo. Like anything to do with ice.
Yeah. I like iced in whiskey.
Yeah.
Cold ice is whiskey. Oh, that's actually
Yeah,
a cool saying. That's the name. If they hit me up, I might drive for that team. Right, so already down into the 5s. Yeah, I mean, every single pro has gone... Oh, apart from Mr. Dan Brown and the Tortoise. The Tortoise only 7 seconds off, though. I assume he was taking it as a double out lap. Yeah, so Raymond Schaffer at 17.5. Straight out of the box. Brandon Tabone, 17.7. Lucas Tauman, 17.7. So me and Brandon, in my prep for this week, I did a bunch of hosted races, and me and Brandon were, what's the word? Working together. He was helping me with a little bit of my setup and my traction control. We were running very similar setup, if not the same. He is quick though. I think I beat him in the first one, but I had spent, 6 hours prepping. And then in the second race, he beat me, and then the third, he beat me, and then the next one, he beat me.
Brandon, we're one of the best team names out there, Sim City Racing.
Yeah, I get on with SimCity Racing. Good team.
Tim Green back to the pits. He's not set a lap time, so that's not how he wanted his first run to go. Jeffers has just crossed the line again. They think he improved. Ramsawyer improved, though he moved up into 2nd place. Tellman up into 3rd. And Viella up into 4th. Giortortas moves up into 3rd. And man, he's got a fair few poles in this series over the last few seasons.
Impulse 1 and 2, but yeah, I think that answers the question. So the temps are affecting it by about... Oh no, as Brandon Tabone does a 4. So yeah, I think I'm going to say 3-4 tenths in weather.
Sure.
Whoa. Tokyo drifting around the last corner. Where's that going to put him? That can't be quick. No, it's not. Cool effect though.
Yeah.
Seeing that Acura dominance starting to rear its head. Tortoise found a much better lap than 7 seconds off. E4.
Yeah, they're going to get a fair few attempts here. It's really going to come down to shaving of hundredths, I think, as we saw in the Pro-Ams as well. And just trying to get absolutely anything extra that they possibly can. We're watching Van Spijker for Blocco Matore. Is how I'm going to pronounce that, but I feel like I've got that wrong. And this is currently a small improvement, not a great sector 2 for him, but I think he will improve. Beal, who of course took pole position last night in the pros, in 9th place. Abithu, his teammate, goes 8th. Can Van Spike could get into the top 20 maybe? No, it was not an improvement. He fell off a lot as the lap went on.
Yeah. Just realised open quali is never the easiest at Road Atlantic. It is a tight, short track.
Ooh.
Some of these boys pushing hard. Brandon Tabone, keep an eye on him. 17.480. Half a tenth up on everyone. Which is a lot. We have to remember this is a short track. Not a lot. It's a lot more than usual difference.
Rennsport is on a very good lap at the moment. Absolutely stunning first sector. Pretty good second sector. Maybe lacking a little bit in the third. No, third sector's good. So yeah, Graham and Rennsport. Watch out for him. Utorts is now on a fast lap as well. He's lacking a bit though in the first sector. He'll have some work to do.
Yeah. I see Ramsawyer's third sector as slow.
Oh no, I think I thought it was a 27.2, not a 28.
Ah, yeah. He's made a mistake in sector 3.
You were absolutely correct. Yeah, not seeing so much movement now. A couple of the Delatres guys have gone back to the pits and back out again. By the way, shout out to Apex Racing Academy, one of the main sponsors for this series. And of course, if you want to get faster on iRacing in these GT3 cars, they are all covered by the coaches at Apex Racing Academy. Some of the best drivers in all of sim racing. Got lots of PESC experience and IMSA esports experience, and of course British F4 experience and many other series as well. So do check out apexracingac.com to get faster on iRacing in these GT3 cars, or any cars for that matter. Just get a silver subscription and you get access to everything.
Correct. Torquio with a much smoother last corner there, and up to 15th. But missing his usual vavavoom. I don't know the word.
You sure? I mean, that is a word.
Oh.
Or 3 words, even.
I'll stick with it then. Something wrong with that lap, because... Oh, that was actually his fastest lap, which begs the question why he underdrove the last corner so much.
Rennsport, I think he's got the potential here, Rennsport, to go fastest, but I don't think he's quite put the lap together yet. Very quick lap at the moment for Brandon Tabone. This could well be an extension. Could Tellman, that's in the top places. No, but he's got a nice draft on this next lap behind his teammate, but this lap from Tabone is looking very quick. Third sector was lacking. Really good first 2 sectors. Can he eke out some hundreds?
Yep.
Yes, he can. He got another 300s out of that.
Absolutely cooking. Your tortoise coming round from what I can presume is an out lap. No, P2. That was a push.
It's an accurate 1, 2, 3. I think it was the same in practice as well.
Yeah, it's so good around here. It's unbelievable.
Torquio going again. Those tyres probably getting a little bit old, but they've still got pace.
Hey,
Up to
P10.
10th.
Nice lap.
Teamwork. Sheffers launching his way past. Very strong third sector. I mean, that draft in the third sector, I think that's the fastest third sector that anyone's done. The first 2 sectors weren't setting the world on fire,
No.
however, so this may not be an improvement. It was, and it was absolutely the draft which got it for him, and a really good final sector as well.
Yeah,
that second half of the lap was incredible.
That last sector was a 16.9. That's quick.
It's about a 10th quicker than really anyone else has done.
That draft was a good slingshot.
Yassine has found himself a little bit further down the order, which is not what I want to see. I picked him to win the race, and it's not looking good at the moment. That will be the end of his qualifying. Leon Mishka, man who led most of the laps back last time in Suzuka, ended up P2. Still remains 6th place, but he can complete this last lap.
You like this track?
Really like it.
Yeah.
In pretty much every car as well. I think it's one of the unique ones where it's literally good in everything. Maybe an F1 car here, I think I would get a bit flustered.
Yeah, it'll be
But-
over quite quickly.
I think, you know, single-seaters, radicals, GT3s, Porsche Cup. It's good and everything. Prototypes. I mean, Daytona prototype around here in the C7. Fantastic.
Oh,
complete.
yeah. Take them on, though, one of the more difficult ones to survive with such a short track, long race, 3 classes.
Mm.
Have to have your wits about you.
Korshavin, can he get ahead of the Pro-Ams with this lap? No, he cannot. That would be the end of his qualifying. Remember, the drivers have got to complete their lap before the 32 minutes are up. And then not many drivers are still out on circuit. Tabone isn't going to improve here. That'll be it for his qualifying. And so I don't think anyone's going to get... Well, Mishka's on a very good lap. This could get him up a few places.
Yep,
It does.
P3.
He gets up to P3.
2.3 tenths separate the top 7. Yeah, very tight. And that was in the McLaren. A lot of people switched away from, like you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, very impressive lap. Right, I need Vieira to put in a...
Well, this is an out lap, and
Yeah.
he's about to run out of time.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be it. So both of our picks, Viella and Lazine, for Valkyrie, not repeating their Daytona form.
Yeah, because I forgot to factor in car. Next week, I'm going to sit down and actually look at it all.
Yeah, look if someone's actually going to turn up to the race.
Yeah.
That's step 1, and then look at the cars as well.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon seems like an easy pick now. I'd driven with him. He's in the Acura, but, you know, I was under such pressure when I initially did it.
Yes. So, yeah, that is qualifying complete. And let's go to the grid as well, because it's going to be a lot of drivers to rattle our way through. But it's Raymond Sheffers who is on pole position alongside Brandon Tabone. Then it's Mishka, Tehelman, Yatortzas, Ramsoy, Viella, Abithu, Veal, and Lazine. That is a stacked top 10. And of course, it's top 10 reverse grid as well, so very lucrative P10 that. Then it's Tokyo in 11th, Massetti in 12th. Then it's the top of the Pro-Ams, Frederick Kokok, ahead of Robin Meyer and David Moeller. Behind them, it's Dominic Korshavin, Michael Hooper, Andrew Brown, Daniel Ash, Robin Vist, Andreas Meyer, Thomas de Reuter, Tom Euler, Jan Schutler, Jan Nova, Michael Urberstein, Daniel Cialfi, Eduardo Fava, Simon Andre Livingston. Fava, by the way, top of the Amsterdam. Livingston, my pick for the Am to win in 2nd place there. Then it's Bari, Setanov, Zecha, Ochapinti, Puig, Petrosan, Rinka, Van Spiker, Fowler, Sebastian, Maglioni, Janowski, Herkenrath, Senna, Mauturek, Messina, Britones, Van der Ven, Burnt, Smolotz, Rhodes, Bosman, Grieven, and Endres. It's a big grid, 53 cars.
Very big grid.
And it is a short pace lap here.
Yeah, it's all go. All goes very quickly. And obviously, we just want to get everyone through T1. But the problem is, if anyone makes even the smallest mistake, it's just, where do you go?
We had a bit of a chaotic Heat 2 start in the Porsche Cups around this circuit a couple of weeks ago. A couple of drivers in sort of 3rd and 4th place spinning, and then the next 6 or 7 cars behind them had nowhere to go. So any taps to turn 1 could result in calamity for all these drivers. But they are very, very good drivers. We'll see how they can get through. 6.1k is Raymond Sheffers at the front of this field. And he will soon have control of the order. There is one driver who hasn't taken the start. 2 drivers, actually. Maglioni and also Fava. Fava was pole sitter.
Yeah,
in the
maybe issue. Yeah, this is probably one of the shortest outlaps, isn't it?
It really is. So the pace car is in. Sheffers can choose when to go, and he goes on the green light, and it is a great start for Impulse Racing. They immediately take a 1-2. Tabone was not quick to react. He drops down to 13, might even drop further down, but he dives on the inside, trying to reclaim that second place. There's contact between the two of them, and off the circuit goes Leon Mishka, and he's got to try his best now to make a safe rejoin. Almost hits the wall as well off the circuit. We've got another Delatres car as well off the circuit. I think it's Pierre Ubithu who is round a bit of 3 wide as well through the S's, and they've now got to get into single file on
Yeah.
this narrow part of the circuit.
Hopefully they do wind themselves in though. Too wide. Too wides, but they're going slow. Oi.
That's Jan Schutler.
Yeah, there
Running
was a corner there. You want to go left there.
He was using the wrong layout.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh.
that's a sense.
Yeah, Talman's already killed one of the blue cars. We can go for the other one.
Tillman, not hesitating at all. He's championship leader. He wants to be the race leader as well.
Tabone will push him. Yep. He's going to back Talman.
Or will he make it 3 wide?
No,
He's gonna back
he
him.
won't need to. He'll just brake right on the arse of Talman and use the right lane to scoop this up.
Tillman covers off the inside.
Yep.
Incredible driving there from Tillman. Of course, the stewards may well have to have a look at it. But
Yeah, I
for
mean,
now, he is
I was
leader.
joking about him killing the blue car. We'll see what happened.
And now Rennsport past Sheffers as well. Sheffers from 1st to 4th. What a crazy first lap. And now, lifting off there was Yatortis for some reason. And it's left him vulnerable to Viella.
I'm not sure what he's doing the Macca there.
And
I'm not
Yatortis
sure.
comes
That
back.
I don't know if that was blocking. Obviously, we've got a TV cam, so it's very difficult to... But, yeah. I'm not sure about that. I know he's frustrated from losing 3-4 positions, but I'm not sure that was the right call, what he was doing there. But yeah, obviously the stewards look at them, not us, commentator, say whatever we want, people.
I do sometimes think though, like, you know, in boxing, I don't
Yeah.
know much about boxing, but they keep score.
Oh!
Oh, no, that's it's not a good start for Delchas whatsoever.
No.
There's another one into the wall. I think it may have been, was it a B? Oh, it's a B2 again. So to fair, Delchas have had all their bad luck in one car, it looks like. Still got in the lead.
Got a lot of love for
Yeah.
Russ Fowler in chat. I'm liking this, my AM pick. Oh, it is not the day to be a blue and white car.
It's about for P6, 5. Beal past Sheffers. Sheffers getting back underneath. Beal up 4 places for him space start. Sheffers starting on pole. But it's gone so badly for him.
Yep, see what we can do here. Wait, is that Ford? Wait, that's a... Wow, what a run from the Ford.
Wow.
Wait. I didn't see that going. And obviously had to both compromise their lines, too wide. But yeah, we'll get a look at all the action from lap 1. There is a lot to get through, so we'll try and get you that replay of each of the big moments.
Massetti started this race in 12th. He's up to 5th. Really crazy start. I mean, like, there hasn't been that many collisions, but there have been some daring overtakes and a real mix-up from our grid. So many changes you can see there. Just lots of green, lots of orange.
Yep.
Just Coco, who's remained in the same place, and Maya.
It's a massive grid, absolutely ginormous.
This is Thomas de Ruyter. He's up 4 places. He's battling with Daniel Ash and Michael Hooper.
In is. Oof. See, from this angle, that's why it's hard to judge. You can't steward from this angle.
No. Yeah, so what I was saying before, in boxing they just keep track as it goes along, right?
Yeah.
They're just so it's not very. Is it very accurate? I mean, you may know more than me, but it seems like a very inaccurate way just to have 3 judges go. Oh yeah, I think that was a point.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Boxing's always very controversial. I think just get rid of how many rounds it is in the last man wins.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't like the scoring on that side of boxing. Yeah, I think it's just how many throws and how many hits, and then the percentile between as well, and some basic math.
So Tillman, quarter of a second clear. We've got a lead train of 4. It's incredible how... I really don't understand Raymond Sheffers in this race, honestly. He really seems to be struggling, but I think it's just he got put on the back foot and hasn't been able
Yeah,
to get off it.
he was on the back foot when his teammate and Talman had the moment. Then Talman sent him into 6, I think it was. And then it looked like he was a little bit frustrated coming down the up to T1, because I'm not saying he moved to block, but he moved over in response, and then the car was next to him and he kept moving, and they were door touching rather than opening it up. It was all a bit, I'm not sure the word. But I say, from this angle, it could have looked different.
Well, he has now just got past Marco Massetti, so he's back up to 5th place in this race, but he's got a long queue of cars, about 10 of them. He's up behind now.
Okay, replay's coming in.
Great start for the Impulse guys.
So this is T1. Talman with the Land getting alongside. They door.
Yeah, that's all fair.
What did you say? Not fair?
All fair.
Yeah, I think he lost it. Yeah, I think he went into Talman.
That was Veal being spun. Or was it? A B3 being spun, sorry, I think.
Wait, he wasn't spun by the rejoin of... Oh, no, he wasn't. Okay.
Is that might be Lacine, I'm not sure. Oh, so this was Lacine losing by himself.
And his teammate hits a bit through... Oh! I think a bit's just got damage, that's why his car's all over the shop. Whoa!
Massive Daytona's our Daytona winner in the abs, having contact.
This is Tim Greven.
Whoa!
Oh, nicely. No,
oh, no!
Almost. And this is Messina behind the action. Nice.
Wow.
All right, so this is the instant we... Oh, I don't know. On that angle, it didn't look like the blue car
I think there was
lost
contact.
it. Yeah, there was definitely
But
was.
yeah, I don't think it was the inside car's fault. I think it was a racing incident.
If you leave a car width door open to Talman, he's going to send it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost hindered them the fact that they were teammates, I think. He sort of just broke
Correct.
early. Let's just follow in line, and I think he was vulnerable from it. So Lacine, who's had an off, but he won't get a penalty. It was Viella, who was the one who, I think, murdered someone, really. He's up in 4th place, though, right now as Viella. Lacine in 9th, that would be 2nd place on the grid for race 2. And it's Korshavin who would be on pole for race 2.
Yeah, the Valkyrie boys, it was really strange. In lap 1, the one behind lost it all by himself, and then the one in front wiped out a bit too. Like,
Yeah.
all in the same corner.
Torsus wants to get in the top 10. He's getting past Tokyo right now.
Whoa. No Vita tyres doing that.
Torsus started up in 5th place. Had an issue on lap 1. He's clear now. He can start to pull away and try to get that 10th place.
Oi.
That is close.
Bonk, bonk. That's the official sound.
Kokuk, my pick for the event win. And by the way, we're classifying mine and David's wins, because that's what you really care about, obviously, as the viewers. Not what actually wins out here, but what we win. The overall points across the 2 races.
Who was your pro pick?
Lacine.
Oh, cool. Mine's Viella.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to win on that one.
I don't care. I beat you. That's it. That's all I care about. Yes, we've got a top 4 breakaway, and then it's really goes all the way. Yeah, so it's just the top 3, just the top 4 breakaway. They're very close.
Currently the leader of the ARMS is Simon Andre Livingston by quite a margin as well, ahead of Dustin Rinker and Vincenzo Occhipinti.
So at the moment, obviously top 10 reverse full grid. So your Tortoise is going to have to focus up. He can turn a bad race 1 into a good race 2. But 11th is the last position you want to finish, because it means you do not get the points from round 1 and you do not get the quali for round 2.
A bit wide for Tabone. Oh, that's left him vulnerable. Ramp saw it, sending it.
Yeah, Rennsport won't get anything from that though. He's just going to come under fire from, he won't get anything from that.
Biella started 7th, he's up to 3rd, he might even be up to 2nd by the end of this straight.
He's got a car on his right, so he's going to push. He needs to push. Push, 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 push. Oh, Brandon's going defensive anyway, just in case. But I think he would have pushed, just to secure himself that P3. But yeah, Brandon follow me all race, 1 race. Yeah, and he pushed me to help. But yeah, he's very good on his exits. That's what you're going to see, his style. Damn, those Fords look good in the last sector. Yeah, if they're trying to break Brandon's draft to Lucas, then a few more of doing this will very expose him.
Do you sometimes wish that the official series were a bit more like these lights to flag races, no pit stops? Because there's no motivation for these guys to save fuel necessarily, but...
Oh, of course, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Obviously, we have that in the fixed races.
Sure.
With the the lower draft model, I prefer pit stops because, as we know, like you can see how hard it is for these boys to pass unless they're fundamentally quicker than the guy in front. They're nice to take a break from it all, of course, every now and then, but yeah. The more variables you throw in a race, then people like me who practice all the little variables are better than they are.
Ishka behind Veal. And Veal's going to be a bit boxed in here. There's not a whole lot he can do.
Yeah, but he can just hold the outside. Yep. Job done, I think. As long as the Ford gives him a little friendly push, which he didn't actually. The Ford wants to run on the fry himself by the looks of it. Let's see. Yep. Push denied.
Well, the way that this race is going at the moment, with seemingly the Valkyrie guys not... Oh, that's a bit of a slide there for see, but with the Valkyrie guys not doing as well as they did at Daytona, was looking a little bit ominous at Daytona when they absolutely dominated. Tellman was able to keep tabs, but as a pairing, they looked unstoppable. I was a bit concerned that they might walk into the series and dominate, but that's not going to be the case this season now. It's clear that that was probably a one-off, as can sometimes be the case when it comes to these special event rounds.
Yep. Fastest lap of the race to Andre Viella. Bonus point for picking the driver with the fastest lap as well.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I forgot to mention it. Look at that livery. Neutron Motorsports. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
So the Cold Ice Esports guys, we're missing one of them. No. Or, wait, have all four dropped, actually?
Oh, and crash.
Oh.
And into the wall goes Mola. And that is one of our front runners in the Pro-Ams. And it is a common incident here at Red Atlanta. He finds a gap. It was still risking it quite a bit. Now he reverses smartly.
Risking it a bit. A bit. Oi, 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 oi. Look at that line.
Is that a slowdown?
Oh, he's damaged.
Yeah, he's got damage from Maya. Just going to limp it back to the pits. He may have been the one who made the contact in the first place. I think they were fighting around those sort of mid-teen places. He's going to need to come in and get some repairs. Still, the battle for second place is going on. And Tillman hasn't quite broken away, but if they keep battling like this, he may well do.
And Viella is absolutely cooking at the moment. He's going to lean on Brandon here, but he's not going to get it done. And now he comes under fire from Roland Ramsawyer, is that?
And the gap now up to 1.2 seconds in the lead.
So Viella's lost that position. Yeah, he does seem like he's the quickest guy out there at the moment, but not an easy track to pass on, and Brandon is not an easy person to pass.
And now catching up to the back of this chain is Sheffers. We've pretty much got a four-car chain now from second down to fifth. Sheffers, who was struggling a lot in the first couple of laps. He started on pole, but now he's re-establishing that pace that we knew he had. And yeah, it's caught right up to the back of these drivers.
Yeah, you do wonder if Viella could have made a charge on Lucas Talman. But then again, we've seen how hard it is to pass Brandon. Talman's even harder to pass.
Yeah.
You will get exactly one car width, sir, to the nearest grass pixel.
It was incredible, his defense last time at Suzuka.
It was, yeah. And this isn't...
Do you think it's easier to defend in the wet? I think in the conditions that they were in, where they're on wet tyres on a drying track, I feel like you can overtake. Maybe
Well,
like a drying track with dry tyres, maybe it's a bit different.
it is harder because in the wet, you're all about car placement, where you place your car to be safe. And to defend the way he did in the rain, you aren't putting your car where it's the safest. You're putting the car where it's strategically hardest to be overtaken, but you're obviously increasing your chances of a driver mistake or a driver error. Okay, more replays coming in. Oi! So Senna. Yep. Oh, and we're hitting Ram. Oh, so 2 driver errors. And Ramsoy's taken P2, so after getting past Viella, he's instantly gotten past Random. And this is Meyer and Mole. Oh, common error. Let's see.
It's Mole's fault.
Yeah, he just tracks out. Yeah. 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 Just doesn't leave room. Yeah, so Ramsoy are already ahead after Viella putting on the pressure, made the dive, didn't make it stick, and then Ramsoy got him. Ramsoy's now passed them both.
Yeah, started down in 6th place in this race, did Ramsoy.
But the battle for second has been so entangled that Lucas is gone, 1.8 seconds up the way. That isn't going to be easy to break one little bit.
No, I think
All right, we're going to see a run here from Viella. We're going to see a run here. Not sure what Brandon can do here. Let's see. Full committal, but it's dangerous. Yeah.
Past the pair, that might be Sheffers. Sheffers get past Viella. He's on the inside, and he has got past. Viella now with a bit of damage as well.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this incident 1,000 times, right? Road Atlanta T1, when they're both full committed like that. That's literally why I said I don't know what Brandon can do, because you've got to put you're putting all the faith on the driver on the inside.
Yeah.
And the Ford's the size of a a pickup truck, so with the agility of one too. So you're putting a lot of faith in the driver.
This is one of the biggest packs out on circuit at the moment. It's Occhipinti leading Van Spijk, albeit Van Spijk has actually fallen off slightly. Might be vulnerable from Petrosan.
I think the Merc might get dived here. Nope. He lifted. Oh, got some defense. I like that livery.
It's very autumnal.
Autumnal. Very good. Robin West. Nicely done. He's going to try carrying him around the outside. I don't think he's going to get this done from the outside. Let's see. No touchy-touchy.
Yeah, already his teammate has died in an instant similar to that. Vist avoids it himself. And he covers off immediately the cutback. Knew that Brown was trying to try to get the cutback. And these guys are now all on top of one another. At the back of this, catching up to them. Looks like it might be Michael Hooper, I think. Or actually Michael Eberstein, sorry. It's now a pack of 6 cars, this.
That gap coming down at the front, but there's not enough time left to pull 1.6 seconds and pass.
Promising signs, though, for Impulse. They really do seem... Obviously, it wasn't a good start for them, let's say, at least for Sheffers, but...
For sure. Very strong.
quick in this race. Here we go. Beal holding on, but how much longer? He's not going to stay alongside. He's going to leave him very vulnerable.
Whoa, look at that inside send from the Acura.
That is brilliant from Porsche. And of course, this is for reverse grid pole as well. One of these guys is not going to get within the reverse grid. And Tortas, who spent pretty much this whole race in 11th, this is his best chance yet at going one better.
Wow, what a move, though. What a move.
Oh, there's been a crash for Robin Vist.
Let's see if he went door to door with that Ford. That's my guess. That Ford seemed wiggly, is my best description. Lots of wiggling.
And De Reuter's now got past Brown as well. He may well have been the driver who was involved in that collision with Bist.
Thomas De Reuter's a very good driver. I have no idea why you'd pick an Audi for an entire season, though. I mean, I'm just going to say it like it is.
Yeah.
he's a good driver. Driven against him a lot.
No one else has. Wow, this is a long train now. This goes back to 23rd place. Robin Bist, who was at the front of this train, is now at the back of it.
Oh, that's a. Oh, thank God.
Veal versus Utorsi going forward. First good pole. Torquay is catching up to these guys as well. He's been in second. Got 4 minutes on the clock, but that still is a fair few laps. I think 3 more laps to go.
Mattia Talman's being caught. I'm starting to suspect these Ferraris. We're seeing a lot of Ferraris come under fire this later stage in the race. But yeah, Talman, I mean, it's still, I don't think there's enough time to pass, but he's lost half a second in 2.5 laps. Let's say catching Talman's one thing, passing him, much different. But yeah, I'm guessing what we're going to see in the wrist replay is the Ford and the wrist coming door to door in one.
So Veal's lost pretty much any job they had on.
Daniel Claffey and
Euler.
Yeah, something happened.
Remarkably, he's gone off at that corner and not hit the wall, so he can continue. But yeah, this is big. Veal defending all the way to the inside, but we've seen the outside work many, many times. He's still slightly behind. Can he keep part of his car alongside? No, he's going to try to get the cut back. But Veal was pretty early on the brakes as well himself, so he got a decent exit.
Okay, more replays. This is the move for P2, Ram Sawyer and Brandon Tabone. Oh, very nice. Very nicely done there from Ram Sawyer. Wait, that was to Tabone, Andre Viella instant, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, that from that angle it looks more Viella. Viella just...
Yeah, he's not on the curb, is he?
Well, it is tough. So this is the Coruscant move. Oh, look at that. Perfectly timed switchback. Very nicely done.
Bit of chaos on live pictures as well in the bottom right. Not sure who's just died.
Oh, so it's Brown into us.
Oh, that was Brown's fault, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what he was doing. He didn't turn for the corner and he broke for it. Like, I don't know. It looked terrible.
2 laps to go, but only just. I hope everyone's got enough fuel.
Yeah, the Ford, I mean, yeah, he didn't turn right and he broke straight. I'm not sure what
it's not really a corner that you lock the fronts, is it? Because it's such a small...
Yeah, why are you braking more than 6%?
Yeah.
Very strange.
Mola, by the way, I think... No, was it? Yeah, well, I think it was Mola who was spinning on a top through the final couple of corners a moment ago. Tillman flashing his lights. See if he gets particularly animated. It was his teammate, Delatres, last season at this circuit. He was getting very animated on the last lap when leading.
That's a polite way of putting animated.
Let's see if Tillman... At the moment, he's all right, but he's
not.
in the button.
He's not all right, because the last thing he wants is to meet him at an apex. Because Talman can be up to 3/10 quicker in this corner alone, and it becomes very difficult.
So this is Pierre... Is it Pierre? No, it's Justin Herkenrath who's in front of him. Hopefully Herkenrath gets out the way. I think Tillman should be able to get past him into turn 1 anyway. It's a bit far back.
Yeah, but it puts risk on Talman.
Okay, no, that's good work.
Well, no, he's going to be really awkward here into 3 with the Ford.
Which
really
way does the Ford
awkward.
Go?
Oi. If only there was a giant straight you could have done all this on.
So 8/10 then, it looks like Tillman's going to hold on here. Your Torts, by the way, has had an issue. He's dropped behind. Well, not an issue. I think he's just been overtaken by Tokyo. Tokyo's up to 11. Tokyo could steal reverse grid pole on the last lap of the race. He's right on the tail of Veal.
Yeah, Veal's got damage, right? Oh, no, that's Viella, sorry. Get my AV names confused.
Yeah, I mean, Viella and Tabone, who collided earlier on. Tabone could get revenge as well on that one. They're only 0.4 of a second apart, but Rennsport, maybe one more lap and he would have been in range for a dive, but he's way too far back here. Just a couple of corners to go. Looks like Lucas Tellman's going to go back-to-back victories after his wet weather masterclass at Suzuka.
And after that big incident with Rennsport, to finish 5th, or obviously you'd be frustrated and annoyed, but you'll take a 5th after what happened.
For sure. Tillman wins then, ahead of Ramsoy and Sheffers for Impulse. Viella ahead of Taboni after the contact. And Veal does hold on. That was some good defending. And so whilst it was a Delachaz car who won race 1, it will be a Delachaz car on the pole for race 2 as well. Kokok wins in the prams and fairly comfortably. He sort of got away from that huge battling pack behind. And Simon Andre Livingston up 5 places in the end, comfortably taking the amateur win in 24th overall.
I've got a prediction. Tauman P2 in T1.
Oh no! Under the bridge on the last lap, and they're all round. And
no!
And Daniel Sebastian is going to, well, he might even give one of the places to his teammate. What an incredible final corner. Maya ended up the one who won out of it.
Oh no!
And they're still going.
Yeah, that's still a dangerous rejoin, isn't it? What an ending. This isn't the first time we've seen it end like that in the last corner.
And the angle that we got of it as well, of them going over the crest, just...
Not stop spinning as well.
Absolutely crazy, that last incident.
And we probably might even see people crossing the line with penalties, or... We've seen it before. The Road Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it could go over the instant limit, so... We'll be concerned. Let's have a quick look at the results then. And of course it was Tellman who managed to win out 0.4 of a second over Ram Sawyer. But Ram Sawyer was very, very quick. It's tricky to pick your winner for race 2. Top of the params, of course, was Kokok ahead of Eberstein and Meyer. Eberstein started the season as an amateur, remember, and he's doing very well, 17th overall. And in the amateurs, it was Livingston, of course, who was ahead of Ochapinti, but Fowler once again scoring good points. Ochapinti still the championship leader. He came in as the championship leader going into this round. And yeah, just a few retirements, not too many, 4 or 5, I think, towards the end of the field.
But your predictions came true well, right?
2 out of 3, yeah.
Meatloaf would say that's not bad.
Yeah. So I'll take that. I will definitely take that. We'll see if they, if they crash in race 2, it's all for nothing. But we'll see if they can keep that up. Once again, of course, a reminder that you can sign up for the Race Data AI ARL Prototype Championship starting on Monday. The sign-ups is open at apexracingleague.com. So if you are interested in GTP or LMP2 racing and you want to win up to £250, because that is the prize money in each of the divisions for this season, do check out the details. It should be a fun season following the official series tracks, and yeah, with Pro and Am divisions, you are certain to be fighting for some coveted places. So do check out apexracingleague.com for more details. So yeah, we're currently in a warm-up. We've got a minute until the gridding for race 2 starts, but yeah, Veal on pole position then for this race 1. Considering that he defended so well in race 1, do you think that could put him in good stead for race 2?
Who's he got behind him? Pierre Bitsu and Javiera. I mean, Ramsway is going to be quick. Yeah, he can hold his own. He's a very good driver. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. We've seen how demanding this gets, especially when a gaggle forms on one of them, 2 of them fight. Let's see. The one prediction I want to make is, if I'm right, Lucas Tauman's P10 and his teammates P1, and Veal controls when they go green.
Sure.
We could see a Phoenix rise in T1 and Tauman inside P2.
I feel like that could so easily go wrong.
Oh, it will.
Because if you're not looking when to
Correct.
accelerate and you're listening, you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm 5 meters away from this car, but my teammate's gone. I'm going. So he's got to be careful of that.
And obviously, following iRacing rules, you cannot deliberately build a gap to build your speed up. That is completely forbidden, Max Verstappen.
Absolutely. When did he do it?
When did he do it? He overtook half of the class ahead as well. He cleared all the GTs and then half of the LMP2s.
Sure.
Because he timed it. No, mate. No, mate. You go back to F1. What are you doing?
So the half an hour feature race then, race 2 of the evening, worth the same amount of points as race 1, but it's a little bit longer. And we have this reverse grid. Viol on pole, Korshevin, Lacine, Massetti, Mishka, Tabone, Viella, Sheffers, Ramsoy, and Tillman. That's the top 10. I won't go through the whole grid. They've got about 30 seconds now to grid up before...
Yeah, I think we're in for a good race. Obviously, let's not forget the Pro-Ams and AMs. Good opportunity for Kokoka, I think, to score some seriously good points. Because for them, there is no reverse grid to be involved in. Kokoka gets to keep the position he's got again and rack up a really good amount of points here.
Ron Bozeman at the back of the field. We'll see how he gets on. He's not on the grid at the moment. He is also our lowest I-rated driver, is Ron Bozeman.
Was he one of the
1.2K.
ones that didn't grid last race?
He may have been, and that may have compromised his result. I'm also not seeing Endres take this start, and Bretones as well. Bretones is one of the front runners in the Amateur Championship, and he's not taking the start, so tough for him.
Here we go.
A few gaps being formed. The drivers need to, it's a big field, and it's not a long...
When are you going
pace
to change the safety car to the BMW?
When iRacing force us to.
Oh, you're going to keep the Porsche? Okay.
Feel then. Oh,
he's
he's
gone.
going. He's gone very, very early, and it's a good start as well for Lacini. Will move straight up into second place. Korshevin could be a bit crowded here with everyone else trying to get past him. He's on the outside going into turn 1, but he'll be able to hold on to P3 for now. Everyone on the odd side of the grid did really well. We've got a lot of drivers who started 5th, 7th, 9th, all gaining a place. Driver across the gravel, it's Viella, and he's going to serve a big slowdown.
So you have to serve it off the racing line. Oh, okay, so let's see how this pans out.
And did he lose a bit of bodywork as well? Someone's lost a rear wing.
Talman got past Eutortus there, I think. I'm not sure, so it was slightly off camera.
I think Ramsoy was the one who cut across the grass as well on the inside turn 3. He's down 3 places. And Veal making a break for it. He's 1 second clear. And yeah, with Korshevin staying in P3, no disrespect for Korshevin, but it could be a little bit of a block for the drivers behind. Oh, and into the wall.
That is
It's
Daniel Sebastian.
He used all his luck in race 1. He's got none of it left in race 2. Still, Korshevin is holding
what's the
on
Maka
against
doing?
Mishka.
That was tight. That was really tight.
And Viella as well, who... Was Viella the one who went across the grass? He's done very well if that is the case, because he's still up in 9th.
Not sure.
It was, yeah, because Lacine is his teammate, and yeah, so yeah, Korshevin, despite cutting 3 corners, only down a couple of places. Oh, Maglioli, there's been a big crash, I think. Maglioli has had a...
Yeah, we've
big
lost 2 or 3 people just then. Maglioli rejoining. Car looks okay. Yeah, we'll get you all the replays. No breakaway yet. I mean, there's a chance for a top 3 breakaway, but it's not enough yet. Viella and Eutortus, is that? I mean, we know Viella was fast, just didn't go his way last race. He had the fastest lap of the race. He had an opportunity to take P2, and then...
Yeah, it's the driver behind them, Ramso. He might have a big... Oh, we had 3 drivers round. Setsanov. I think Farber might... Well, Petrosan's involved in that.
Oh, and front of the Acura just fell off.
And that's a little bit wide as well for Ramso, trying to gain back some of the places they lost on lap 1, but I think he might actually be losing even more. Certainly not improving, still down in 12th place, just ahead of Pro-Am leader Kokok, who's remained in the lead of the Pros. And now the leader of the
accident.
ARLs
Big one.
is Ochapinti.
Oh, almost made it by the Macca. Acura needs to stop reversing. Okay.
Also involved in that one was Daniel Ash.
Let's hope this Porsche's got the apex clear. This is going to be tight. Macca's off, yeah.
Small Ots.
That's the problem. T1's treacherous if there's a car there going slow. Right, there is. Oh, what happened? Wait, we had a change of position for P2. I'm confused. We had a top 2 breakaway just a second ago. That's what I was just about to say.
Well, Mishka's got past Korshavin, so he might be able to start bridging that gap a little bit. But yeah, the top 2 have made a small breakaway, but Mishka looks very, very quick. All the impulse cars look quick. Sheffer's in 7th place at the moment. Mishka up 2 places from his race start. Beal is going to have to use all those defending stick skills again. Lassine catching him fastest lap of the race on that last lap.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we missed. I think maybe Miska made a mistake somewhere on that lap. Brandon Tabone trying to get by. Is it going to be the similar incident that he's already been involved in? Brandon can get this done. Just got to go in. Yep. Nicely done. Nicely done. Ahead there of Messetti.
Yeah, that'll be satisfying for him. Up 1 place from his race start now.
Vincenzo is in the pits, I assume, to serve a fast repair. Oh, that's... Is he going to hit the wall?
Sheffer's off the circuit. P3 in race 1. It's down to 10th now. And Yatortas is making good progress here. Couldn't make the progress in race 1, but he's making good progress in this race 2. But he's been shoved out there. Very much forcing Tellman to leave him a little bit of space. And it's Biella who's going to have a terrific run on the pair of these guys, and he's going to choose to push Tellman.
Yeah.
And they'll both slipstream their way past Yatortas.
Yep. Oh, some last-minute change of directions. This is not going to end well, and somehow it does. Nice switch back there. That's going to work. Very nicely done. But Viella's going to have some serious pace coming into 1. Oh. Someone a bit loosey-goosey back there. Oh, we've got an Ava accident going on. Justin 3 or 4 names dropping.
Yeah, Herkenrath was one of them.
Not sure what happened there. Oh, and yeah, Nova's off the track. He is dropping. Yep, he's just rejoined.
That's going to have to slow down to serve. But maybe he was, I think he may have been slow enough off the circuit that maybe it wasn't too bad a slowdown. Seems to be back up to racing speed now, down 4 places from his race start. Leader of the ARMS, by the way, is now Jordan Rhodes. There's been a few issues for like Ochapinti, Livingston. Livingston's where he started, but Rhodes is up 8 places overall.
Yeah,
really
impressive.
good start for Neutron Motorsports. 16 places gained from Maya as well.
Okay, some replays. The busy old T1. If my memory serves, it was pretty clean.
Yeah, Beal making a break for it straight away. And then that was the inside move for Ramsoy. That's why he lost a few places. Or you know what? It was the car on his outside. It was Tabone who sort of squeezed him a bit.
Yeah. Oi! He just came back across when there's a car there. That was the issue there. Oh. Two cars tried to share the same line there.
Maggioli, this is on board with Van Spiker, just avoids. That was good driving for Van Spiker. Petrasan.
Yeah, so that guy just slowed and yeah.
So it's not unlucky to be involved in that.
Yeah, if you hit that inside curve on the last corner when there's a car side by side, you create death. So those races are flying by. How are we almost 8 minutes into race 2?
Korshevin's doing really well up in P4 at the moment. He is a rookie to the series, is Korshevin, so a driver who we maybe don't quite have a good barometer on, but he's holding his own. And really, with Hellman not making that much progress, Viela's not making much progress, Sheffer's not making much progress, Ramsoy not making much progress, it really does look like we're going to have a very different podium to race 1. And through goes Lacine into the lead, and Mishka trying to take advantage of this as well, and he's up into second place. Real, who defended so well in race 1 and has defended for 8 minutes in this race 2, finally does let his guard down, and he's down to 3rd place. Lacine leads the way.
Yeah, what a change. I don't think it's over though. I remember this race could start. I mean, we did see the Ferraris just slowly drop back in the first race, and we're starting to see it here again. Ford's, McLaren's, and the Acura seem to be a bit stronger later into the stint. Let's see what Lucas Talman can do, though. He wasn't very aggressive in lap 1, I noticed. He was more following suit, so I think he's just going to have the mentality of picking them off one at a time. Thomas De Ruyter and Andrew Brown, who had that weird accident in T1. Let's see. Trying to go around the outside. Needs the traction.
Tokyo... Nope, Tokyo glitched out, but he's back.
Let's see who he pushes. Oi, Thomas De Ruyter going the long way, but he'll keep his side-by-side. Right, this is the moment. Okay, this Sam Brown backs out.
Ooh, but he's got a slide on, and he's going to spin back into the unlucky Hooper. And another one.
Yeah.
It's De Ruyter in the wall this time.
This is why you don't drive the Audi.
And Korshevin has binned it on the exit of the S's, I think. And Massetti maybe being overtaken. I think Massetti's all right, but Korshevin was having a great race and has had an issue. But yeah, Jordan Rose, we just saw a glimpse of there. He's now up at 11th place. So we've got my up 21, and look at this.
Bit of a gaggle.
Look at this. This is from 4th down to 13th.
Yeah, that is the one thing I hate about the Audi. He released off the throttle mid-corner, and you get what we call the Audi spin. Why not just drive the Lambo? Same car, but it's yellow, and you don't have the issue. Yeah, it's not as nice to drive, but you have better traction.
So there was the spin for Korshevin, and Korshevin's actually in P9, so Korshevin made a mistake, and it's really checked up everyone behind him to form this massive group. Korshevin slots himself in the middle of it, but he was at the front of this a moment ago, and now the gap between 1st and 4th is up to 6 seconds.
Oh, Ross Fowler is off the track and dropping hard. Not sure who would have been involved, or if he just outbroke himself.
Yeah, he seems to have a bit of front-end damage.
Yep.
26 places going for Tim Grieven. He's gone up half the field. He started 52nd. He's up to 26th.
8 people in the pits. Tough race.
Yeah. High attrition rate in this race. Certainly the highest of the season. Well, we did have that pile up at Daytona, but...
Calling this a train, that's Brandon in front. And Lucas Talman second. It's not like they're slow.
No, well, yeah, they might start... Yeah, I think Tabone and Telman will probably pull away. I think they're faster than Massetti. But Massetti's doing a good job.
Tortoise is back there. He's the man in form this race.
True. He's up to 7th now, Tortoise. And
See,
the drivers that Tortoise has overtaken are like the front runners from race 1.
Yeah.
So that's why it's impressive. They're not... He's past the creme de la creme.
Yep. Yeah, but this gaggle we're seeing was all created by Korshevin's mistake.
Yeah.
Because it was not like this before that. No way. Okay, some replays. This is Lacine for the lead. Oh, yeah. He just didn't have the faith on the car on the inside, which I understand. And it's cost him 2. Yeah, so Brandon was in the exact same position and went for full commit. And he ended up dying, whereas Veal didn't, and ended up losing 2 positions. Or brilliantly handled by the McLaren there of is that Miska? Leon?
And then that was the spin. That's De Ruyter, wasn't it? And then De Ruyter spun a couple of moments later. As Kosh went, wow, what a save! What a save!
How many saves, though? Wow.
He lost it early. Wow. The tyres must have been undrivable for a few moments after that.
Yeah, look at the...
Oh, good to get on the brakes as well for the car behind. And you can see now why they all got checked up.
Oh, that was a bit strange. Oh, chauffeurs hold on to it. No.
How much
No.
damage does he have?
You'd be lucky if it isn't a meat, but that's a concrete wall. And
To bone off the circuit.
wait, Brandon, the same place. Who was he door with last race? And he got pushed out. It wasn't Tauman, it was a Ford,
No.
right?
Oh, he's got to leave space here. No, Tabone just about gets ahead. So yeah, he was forced out that time by Massetti.
No, that was Tauman, I think, that time.
Oh, it was Tolman, apologies.
Well,
Earlier on it was Biella.
Obviously, we don't know he was forced out. We caught it real late, but poor Brandon, twice. The only incidents he's had in both races are the same. Getting touched on the inside, forcing out on one. But let's see. It's not always the inside car's fault. But you can see the difference in the driving style now. Brandon Tabone takes that outside with full commitment, i.e. he has to be left room. Whereas Lexiville is in P3 because he decided not to do that.
3 wide. Robin Vist. One of these is a back marker. A very good job actually from the back marker because they came out of the pits right in that big train in the top 10 and they immediately just got on the brakes and let them all pass. So fortunately haven't interfered too much. Maybe Daniel Cialfi, I think, who was doing the good job there. Messina, it's not been a good lap for Messina. He got overtaken by Grieve and he's now been overtaken by Schuttler and now he's been overtaken by Ubithu. And Van Spiker might add salt to the wound. Yeah, the shake of the head for Messina, indicative of his mood.
Oh, he's going to try it. He's going to try it around the outside. He will have the traction.
And is that a slowdown or something for Ubithu? Very slow ahead. And Messina stays ahead. Great work. And Schuttler, no, Ubithu, what's going on with Ubithu?
Yeah,
so slow.
But where'd you get the slowdown?
Yeah.
I suppose if you cut 3 hard enough, there's probably a slowdown there. But you'd have to really cut
He
it.
seemed to be slow before he even got to turn 3.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems to be back up to racing speed now. Out in the lead. The scene has broken away a little bit from Mishka. Mishka was very close before. Now to 8 tenths. They've got Ochapinti ahead of them. Still 14 minutes of this race to go, but it looks very much like it's going to be Lacine or Mishka taking this race win. Lacine, it would be his 2nd race win of the season. Mishka, very much vengeance for the race win that he feels like he probably should have had last time out as Suzuka. Led most of the laps, but ended up in 2nd.
Yes, indeed.
And leader of the AMS, by the way, is still Jordan Rhodes, up 12 places overall, 18th place. 18th place in the standings. Ubithu back with him. He's up 20 places from his race start.
This looks like it's going to be a great battle. Do fear for Messina.
Well, Ubithu's already overtaken Messina a couple of laps ago, and then, of course, had that weird slowdown for a couple of corners. Now he's got to do it again. But he's struggling more this time.
I'm not sure. It looks like he's got the pace.
Meyer as well went off a little bit ahead of them, but I think he's back going.
Yeah. Fabrizio focusing the exit here. Battle for the lead.
And that's a change for the lead. Mishka past Lacine. Well, we were saying how Lacine had pulled away, but was it the back marker? You have to question. Or maybe he just overshot the chicane.
Yeah, because they're quite far back from the lap on. But they're catching now. Viella, fastest lap of the race again. 2 races in a row.
You're really sticking to that. Points get rewarded.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep mentioning it.
Yeah.
Oh, so the battle we're excited to watch is playing out in front of Lacine. This is where it gets problematic.
So this is Ochapinti, the back mark, and he is interfering here. And he should be letting these guys go. He should be lifting up, should be making an effort to let them go. But only he does.
Hopefully lets them both. He's letting them both on the wrong side.
Yeah, this could be disastrous here for Lacine if he doesn't get past this chicane.
Yeah, he's not been given the racing line. Oh, he has to dive for it, and yeah, I'm not sure what the Porsche driver's doing, because now there's nowhere to easily let by. Yep, now he's... I'm not sure. This is 2 corners in a row. The drivers have compromised lines.
Got a bit on the grass as well to Ochapinti.
And the Porsche driver's flashing. Okay, mate. They're okay. They're a minute 17 ahead of you, but yeah. Unbelievable.
More replays.
Whoa! That's got to be a Talman move. Yeah, okay, that's... Yeah, Talman. That was not good. Oh, that was just... Sheffers had a better run and just mistimed the position of his car. Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah.
Wait, so Sam was right. Lacine lost the lead to this guy.
Yeah. So Ochapinti holding up. So he's lost out twice because of Ochapinti.
And didn't that Porsche flash the leader who he cost the lead?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need a steward. I'm going down to the steward's room myself.
Going to his house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just unprofessional.
Yeah, and to be clear as well, the rule in the league is that if a driver is lapping you and they get within half a second, you have to let them pass within the next 2 straights.
Or drive faster.
Or you can unlap yourself, I guess, and just pull away.
But don't be really slow and park it on Apex's defending from the leaders.
That will be a post-race penalty and maybe even a qualifying ban for future rounds. Schuttler has had an issue, and he'd gained a lot of places. He's up about 15 places.
Yeah, I think
he's
it's
now
towed.
towed back.
Yeah.
There are a lot of retirements in this race. Let us know in chat how your driver is doing. If you're not sure how they're doing, ask us, and we can tell you. But there are a lot of drivers here, so we may not be able to tell you in a whole lot of depth. Tabone has passed Massetti, or should we say Massetti has hit the wall? Maybe the latter is more appropriate.
Yeah, we'll get a replay of what happened there. Oof.
Helps his teammate. Coco up to 11th.
That's it, Massetti towed, unfortunately. Oh yeah, you got to feel for Lacine twice though, and yeah, it's painful. Boris with the web camera. Let's go. This is the Cold Ice Esports mango team. No, apple. No, apple's not exotic. Grape. No, what's a green exotic fruit?
A green exotic fruit. Not a lime. A lime.
We'll pause the race and come back to the...
Yeah, no, I mean, when you think about it, green exotic fruit, yeah, there's not a lot
Kiwi.
of them.
It's exotic enough, isn't it?
Yeah. Where are kiwis grown? Is it...
In Asda, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Asda...
Yeah. No, now that you say it.
Yeah.
Pak choy? Is that exotic enough? Inside joke there.
Yeah. Also not a fruit.
Oh, yeah.
Exotic vegetables. That would be a very difficult team naming process.
Yeah. Tabone. So this mega pack, which was 10 cars at one point, it has been whittled down. They're still in sight of one another, but really we've got 3 close here. Tabone. Yatorz is up to 6th now, and Viella, he's back to where he started. Been a very exciting race for Viella, considering that he's still in the same place where he started. But he had dropped outside the top 10, I think, maybe at one point. Cut across the grass on that one, but he's back again now.
Andrew Brown with a Smova speed. Let's hope they Get through it a bit better. Yeah, I mean, since the instant, he does seem a lot less sendy in one.
Yeah.
That downward send into one.
I mean, I don't necessarily think of Lucas being particularly aggressive, but tonight has countered that. I mean, the moves that he made on lap 1 in race 1, incredibly ambitious, and they worked out, but yeah, the one in this race too, I think will earn him a penalty. Got some replays. So this is Van der Ven, so SDK Gaming will be pleased. Oh, it wasn't a good rejoin, and Schuttler.
Oh, that was an awful rejoin.
And I don't think I think it broke Schuttler's suspension. Massetti.
Oh, I just got really unlucky with the bounce there.
And even though he hit the tyres, a lot of damage.
Oh, you got to feel for the guy. That was a horrible contact. Horrible contact. Oh, come on. It goes... Yeah, his car's completely bent.
And for some people, as Viella, here we go, 4th through turn 1. And I think he's going to pull this one off, Viella. This is on your Tortoise. Tortoise could send it deep here. Viella's already run across the grass once through this corner before. And he'll have the inside for this next one. And that should be the advantage because he can get his car marginally alongside. But they'll go alongside at the end of the S's.
Wow.
And that is hard-earned for Howardis your Tortoise. So hold on to P6, and now Korshavin and Ramsauer are right back in this fight.
Wow. Some very close racing there. Oh, with a send in the background. And he just completely leans on the other car. That is the Ford way, when you're that wide.
Ramsauer up to 8th. Tokyo might be past Korshavin. He started on the front row of the grid, remember? Certainly hasn't... Well, he made one mistake, did Korshavin. And that put him back... Oh, he's going to go back down the inside. And I mean, the run potentially here that Tokyo could get on these guys could be immense. He hasn't really lined it up. He's trying to go underneath Korshavin. And he'll have the shorter run. I think he should be looking good here.
Well, Korshavin's holding that very tight. Easy. Stafford asked if there's a replay of Van der Ven.
We showed that.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
Yellow saw that fast lap that you said earlier on.
Yeah.
Katie asking in chats how Russ Fowler is going on. He's doing all right. He's 28th overall. He's 4th in the AMs, so I think he's looking for a 3rd and a 4th tonight.
Yeah, he has some front damage and he had an off. I can't remember in the last chicane. Oh yeah. Someone went down the inside. He had a half spin onto the grass and recovered.
Yeah. Barbie looks a bit out of control there.
Have a good run from the Ford here.
Tim Grieven up 33 places now. I think Viella probably set the record last time out at Suzuka. I think it was 40 places gained in the wet. But Grieven's not too far off that now. 4 minutes to go. Might get one more. Where's Daniel Ash? He's in 35th place. Not having a great time of it, this Daniel. And having a bit of a boring end to the race as well. He's 15 seconds from the cars ahead and 6 seconds ahead of the cars behind.
Yeah, we really do try and fit as many names on the standings as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like, it does sort of... We might have to go to, like, Eurovision and have, like, 2 rows of names eventually.
Yeah.
But, yeah, for now, we are just having the 25. I mean, if we had 2 rows of 25, 2 columns of 25, we could pretty much get everyone.
Yeah.
Only 2 jars would get missed.
Yeah, if we have row 1, row 2, and then just a crash cam, and then leave that playing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could just show you the live timing. like, who cares about the race? Just because that's what we spend most of our time doing, is just looking at the live timing.
Yeah.
We don't actually watch the race.
So if we are sometimes talking over an incident that's happening on the screen, it's because we aren't looking at the screens. We're looking at the data. Okay, replay's coming in. So this is the Viella move that he gets done. Yeah, look at that. But Utortus did fight it. This was a great battle. Hopefully we followed this all the way. Very respectful from them both. Gets a bit tight here, but that's not respectful. It's just the way the corner is. here. This is tense. Oh, they took the netcode to the limit there. And this... Yeah.
From Rennsport.
Yeah, he leant on him quite heavily.
Oh,
Viella.
Off.
And your tortoise.
Oh, wow, that was close. And then, well, that's a back marker. Oh, no. Is it the same back marker?
Yeah.
It's Occhipinti again. Occhipinti...
I think he just hit Viella in the back.
I mean, the good news for Occhipinti is that as an AM driver, he's not going to be racing these pros a whole lot this season. But he's certainly made a lot of enemies here.
Plus, he's going to have plenty of time next round in qualifying when he's banned to just review this race.
Yeah. and read the rules as well. I mean, he could take the opportunity for that.
He's given the wrong line again. Let's see.
We're going on to the white flag lap. We very nearly made the extra lap. We're only about 5 seconds away from having 2 more laps. But no, this is going to be the last lap coming up.
Oh.
Occhipinti again. Oh, is that Korshevin stuck behind him? Yep, but I think Korshevin won't lose out too much. Oh, and in the wall. And I mean, to be fair, I'll defend Occhipinti for once there. I don't think that was necessarily his fault.
He can't go transparent, correct.
So Tokyo's only got 1 lap to go.
No,
but he cannot turn right, and this is a clockwise circuit.
Yeah, so obviously this is why I mentioned getting it done on a straight, because there is that speed differential between two. Obviously it wasn't Occhipinti's fault at all, but like we just saw, when the skill level is that extreme, it can get difficult. This is why you see the drivers flashing on the straight, because they're like, just lift, we'll pass you, everyone's safe. And you lose less time. Though it feels like you lose more time on the straight, because, well, you lose a tremendous amount of time. Losing over the next 11 sequential corners to 5 different cars costs way more.
Well, Liam Mishka came into this round, 2nd place in the championship. He's going to remain 2nd place in the championship. It's been a very good day for him. And he is going to take the Race 2 victory and his first race win in Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy. Lacine finishes in 2nd place. Delachaz have done the swap. Tillman moves past Veal and gets those extra couple of points. He keeps the championship lead. Probably extends it actually across tonight as well. 1st and a 3rd. Very good points for him. Top of the Pro-Ams, Frederick Kokok with a 13th and a 10th tonight. Tom Euler has got past Andres Meyer as well, right at the close. Meyer might even be overtaken by the other Meyer as well, but holds onto the line. Here is Jordan Rhodes, winner in the amateurs. Rookie driver. Also taking part in the prototypes on Monday is Rhodes. And he was ahead of Livingston. Livingston, the highest point scorer across the evening. And this one's still going. I feel like Bretones... I thought Bretones died earlier on, but he's still going. And he's right on the tail of Burnt.
Yep.
Oh, he missed the grid. That's what I'm thinking of. But he's not going... So actually, Bretones is behind these guys. This is Burnt catching Malchurick, but he won't pass him at the end. Not quite the crazy last lap that we saw in race 1.
Just to describe the short lap skill difference here, Lucas Taumann has been in the interview waiting room for about 40 seconds.
Sure.
It's quite the race. Yeah, a good race. Lots to absorb from that.
Yes, yeah. And yeah, some hard-earned battles. But at least at the front, some really good battling. There were a fair few incidents, and I think we quite caught all of them because there were a fair few retirements in the end. But certainly near the front was some really entertaining racing, as we have come accustomed to in this series and at Road Atlanta. Here were the results of the 2nd race. Mishka ahead of Lacine and Telman. Kokok ahead of Vist and Urberstein. They do score points for the overall position, though, remember, so it's not just class position. Rhodes, top of the amateurs, ahead of Livingston and Messina. So, well done to those. And we'll get some interviews with our drivers now then. And did you want to take the first one?
Sure. I will take Leon, our winner for race 2. Hey, Leon, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear you?
Yep, Great. First of all, obviously, congratulations on the race 2 victory. It looked like a tough race. Lots of cars, lots of back markers, lots of battling. I mean, how did it go? Because obviously you got the move done on the scene with a bit of an incident with the back marker. But yeah, talk me through it. How was the race for you, especially in race 2?
Yeah, congratulations first to the podium and race 1 podium.
Yep.
Yeah, the race was quite a nice start. I took P4 and then worked from that, and I overtook Alex's wheel around the outside of the last chicane, and then I just waited for Lacine to drop pace, and unfortunately for him he got a back marker, but luckily for me he let me through, I guess, because he thought maybe Leon is getting a bad exit, and he's forcing the lap car somewhere else that he can overtake instantly. That didn't help him, so I could captain by 2 seconds then, and I then just kept it running and be smooth and don't make any mistakes, and I got the win.
Yeah, excellent, well earned. Obviously a very tough race, and we know it's competitive. The guys you're fighting against, you've seen their iRatings, you've seen their speed, so you must be super chuffed. How's your season been going so far? Obviously Impulse Racing doing very well, but how have you been finding the season so far?
It started quite slow in Daytona, with no much practice done. This I changed for Suzuka. I prepared well. Went well the first 30 minutes, then I spun unfortunately out. But could fight with Telman so long. And Road Atlanta was good as well in the quali. Race 2 was unfortunate with the contact in Tier 1. Fought back to P6, and then the win in race 2. I can't complain about the season, and we will see what the season brings more on.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. Again, very well drove, Leon. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
To my team, to Kevin, and that they believed in me and built me up from scratch. Thank you, guys. And to my family.
I like that. Excellent. Again, congratulations, mate. Very well drove, and I look forward to speaking to you next round.
Thank you. Bye.
Cheers. Bye. Leon there. Fast, polite, well-earned race. I mean, 5.8k. Behind him, 8k, 7k. And this is a track where you've all done 10 million laps.
Yeah.
So wins are...
I think there's a few drivers in the series who have underinflated iRatings. Like they could be higher. So and he's certainly one of them. His performance today, certainly 7 or 8k performance. Lucas Tellman now joins us as well. Lucas, congratulations. That is... if we count the whole meeting, that is a race win, I think, for yourself, because you scored more points than anyone else. Talk us through that race 1, because some of those sends on lap 1 proved really, really decisive, I think.
Yeah. I think the lap 1 just did like all my race. I knew I didn't have the pace for the win, so I had to pass the guys in front as fast as possible, and that's what I did. So I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. The strategy was, we didn't have a real strategy. The strategy was just to pass them as soon as I can.
Well, it works very well for you. Sort of caught them a little bit napping, I think, on that first lap. And then race 2, you had to pull off some more overtaking as well. How was it pulling off those overtakes? Because it seemed like there wasn't really one time where like you got a bunch of them. It seemed like you just had to pick them off one by one.
Just like pick them one by one. I mean, starting P10 in this track, it's not simple at all. So I try to overtake all the guys in front one per one, but they were really strong, and they had a good pace. So it wasn't easy at all. But that's I did what I can, and we maximize the point today. So that was the target.
Absolutely. And when in terms of the points and the championship, of course, you are a championship leader and you've extended your championship lead today. Is that playing on your mind at all? I mean, are you maybe going to play a few less risks just to avoid any potentially like really bad scoring rounds, or are you still not letting that cloud your judgment?
Yeah, I mean the target was to leave the third one with the most points possible, and yeah, we extend our championship lead, so it's the most important. We'll see the next couple of races what we can do, but yeah, we need to work on the setup a bit more and try just some setup, some different setup, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it's been a really great start for the season for you, Lucas. All podiums so far this championship. Anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thank you to the team, Deletras Automotive. They are always behind me at everyone. And thank you to Alexi. On the last lap of the second race, he just like let pass me on the last straight. So thank you to him, and yeah, he deserved the third place today.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, Lucas, and we'll see you back next time.
Yeah, see you soon, guys.
Yeah, congrats.
Lucas Tillman, like I said, all podiums so far this season. That's 4 from 4. He's had two third places and 2 wins. So yeah, very close to a perfect score.
Very strong driver.
Who would you like to chat with next?
I will bring in Simon Livingston. I think he won the first race.
Yeah, and overall as well.
Yes, he did. Simon, hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Can you hear me
First
okay?
of all, perfect. Yeah, mate, loud and clear.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on, I believe it was P1 and P2, I think. Yes, I'm feeling confident. Yes. First of all, congratulations. Obviously, overall, that's the most points. Race 1, how did it go? It's a lot for me to formulate to remember race 1.
No, race 1 was perfect. Everything went as planned. I saw, unfortunately, I think Fave or Fave, or how you pronounce the last name, not so sure, but I think he got a disconnect. So then I was like, okay, I have a gap down to the next AM drivers. So my tactic was just to stay out of trouble and just keep on the tail of somebody just to get the draft, and it worked out perfect. So race 1 was quite easy in that regard. So I enjoyed race 1.
Yeah, that's great. And Jordan Rhodes, race 2 looked very quick. Did you race him on track? Did you get to battle him on track, Jordan Rhodes, or was it already done early on? I'm trying to think, was there many incidents for you at the beginning?
Yeah, it was a lot of things happening around me. I don't know if people wanted to have me as a punching bag. I just felt I got constantly dive bomb on the first lap. So just like, okay, I don't want to end my race on the first lap. So I just tried to stay out of it. And there was some, I think when we go out to the straight, it was one guy kind of like suddenly just clipped right in front of me. So I had to brake, but unfortunately we had a little tap. But then I think that was when Rhodes got ahead of me, and then I got more fast drivers coming from behind all the time, so I never really got to fight him really. So I was just hoping somehow I would got him, but I didn't. So
still some big points. How was the Ford here? I did some testing in it, but how did you find it?
It was really good with like low fuel like in the first race, but the second race I was struggling a lot with the front giving out on me in some parts of the track. Other than that, I find it to be quite good to drive, but in the tricky sections and on acceleration, I felt like the Acura and the Porsche was hard to keep up with, but I could catch them in more of the mid-speed corners and those corners. So it was constantly like they gaining on me and I'm gaining on them all the time. So for me, the Ford was okay, but I think like it wasn't the strongest car at this track, but I found some speed in it anyways.
Yeah, so after a good result, because your season hasn't been, if I remember the points, it hasn't been the strongest. Am I right, Sam?
Yes, currently in like 5th in the championship, I believe. 6th.
6th, yes. This is going to definitely give you a push. Any tracks you're looking forward to on the calendar, or any you're wishing weren't on the calendar?
I always wish that Bathurst was on the calendar. I don't remember if that is on the calendar this year, but yeah, for me, I think like the only track that I'm kind of like a little bit unfamiliar with, haven't raced so much, that is Donington. The rest of them I have had many races on and feel like could be interesting. Long Beach in GT3, I raced that one, so that is just queue and crash fest, so that will be interesting, but we will see how it goes.
Yes, we will indeed. All right, lovely talking to you, mate. Hopefully I'll speak to you again. Is anyone like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I will give a shout out to all the drivers in Racing Lab, and thank you guys for being great commentators, and hopefully we will speak again. So good night from me.
Cheers, mate. All the best. Congrats on the solid results and a win. Cheers.
Thank you. Good night.
So in there, another a solid round, big points.
Big points, yeah.
So to get these weeks right are important.
Yeah, and whilst he was down in 6th place in the championship, he wasn't that far off the top of the championship. So I think he'll be fairly close now to the top. So yeah, he is probably the championship favourite as we sort of picked him before round 1. Roland Rennsport has put himself in a good place as well because he had a good result today. Roland, congratulations. Let's go back to race 1 first off, because your pace was electric. I mean, you were storming through the field, and at one point it looked like you might even steal the race win. I mean, you must have been delighted with how quick you were, as well as your teammates as well.
Yeah, the race pace was really good. Had a really good rhythm. I mean, overtaking was hard because the other cars, like the Acura and stuff, had so much exit grip, and I struggled a little bit on the exit grip. So yeah, but was hard to overtake. But when I was in the rhythm, it was really, really good, really strong.
Absolutely. And then in that race 2, started in P9, ended up in P8. You seem to sort of always be crowded by drivers, it seemed. You always seem to have 3 cars in front of you, 3 cars behind you. I mean, what was it like? Because it seemed like it was getting pretty aggressive out there, and yeah, pretty exciting out there.
Yeah, I mean, the race start wasn't going as planned because my teammate was directly in front of me, and I didn't want to send him wide or push him wide or do any bad things, so I went a little bit passive. And then immediately the moves from Lucas came, and I had to go a little bit wide, and then a lot of other guys passed me, and then I had to gain back these positions. But setup was, like I said, the Mustang had not good exit grip, and then I wasn't able to get into the position where to overtake in a good way. So yeah, I need to wait more for other guys making a mistake and then be able to overtake. Maybe I should have built a setup with less wing to be able to gain more speed on the straights. Yeah. Sure,
yeah. Often that raceability is very, very important. And of course, you're now 3 rounds into the season, your first 3 rounds as well of Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy. Is there anything about the series which has surprised you so far that maybe you're going to work on when it comes to the remaining rounds?
I mean, the field is very strong. I like racing with these guys a lot. It's always a challenge in the qualifying, in the open qualifying especially, because you need to check for the draft and everything. And really, really nice and a strong league. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Well, that is very good to hear. Hopefully you'll be saying the same things at the end of the championship as well. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to?
I want to wish Schaller Racing good luck for his Daytona 500 race this weekend. And yes, and to my team, to Impulse Racing, and to all my other sim racing friends. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having a chat with us, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Roland Rennsport, their 2nd place in race 1 and 8th place in race 2. I think that will be it for the interviews. We've already gone a little bit over our time. Yeah, looking ahead to the next round of the championship, we have got Hockenheim, which will be a 60-minute race.
So I like the track in GT3s. It is demanding. The overtaking opportunities are, can cause problems, but we had that at Atlanta. It's a good GT3 track. It's just qualifying T1, the off track, it can really play on you. I
think it's an underrated pile-up circuit on lap 1 because the stretch from turn 1 to turn 2, sort of the walls on the side of the track, a bit like Road America, sort of narrow up. And I think the last 2 times that I've done a commentary there's been a huge pile-up, I think, between Racing Unleashed and I think it may have even been this series as well. We've had some big crashes, so hopefully we won't have anything like that and it'll be a clean 60-minute race. It should be very entertaining. Of course, once again, do check out the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship this season, sponsored by RaceData.ai. We've already got 30 drivers on the grid, and we've still got a few more days of sign-ups. Race 1 is on Monday, so as long as you sign up before then, you are good to take part. So if you're interested in GTP or LMP2 action and want to win potentially 250 quid, do sign up at apexracingleague.com. And of course, once again, thanks to Apex Racing Academy as well for sponsoring this broadcast. If you want to get faster on iRacing, head to apexracingac.com. In order to get a bronze, silver or gold subscription. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from David Sampson and everyone here at the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we'll say goodbye and we'll see you back in 2 weeks' time at Hockenheim. See you then.
Ciao.